And arts camp welfare was top notch, so that was definitely memorable.
The course that I was going to, coming from a background that had nothing to do with coding or anything to do with information systems. So for me, I was kind of worried that I couldn't pick up things fast enough.
I was not close to anyone who went to SMU from my previous school, so I was super scared and I felt very alone, especially when I went in my first morning class. And I think that was the biggest fear that I had, that I would be lonely for the rest of my SMU life.
SMU was a pretty competitive school. I think I felt that in year 1 especially, you can feel that pressure from the people around you. Although in my course, knowing that there's no bell curve, I think people do help each other more.
I think I expected a city campus, and that's exactly what I got. In fact, sometimes I feel like we don't have enough greenery.
I thought that it was like a business school, like it's just solely business. Only after entering the school, then I realized that actually SMU does have quite a diverse number of students from different faculties. So of course it's not only just business. There are people from the information system, people from law.
At the start, I had this really weird misconception that SMU students were more extroverted and talkative, and generally more noisy than other universities. I think we tend to be a bit more shy and reserved, especially in class. But because of the unique way that SMU actually teaches, it has actually helped SMU students to become more comfortable with sharing their opinions and thoughts.
The first person that I talked to after entering SMU was during my Bondu camp. Sadly, it's online because of COVID, but it was my secondary school senior. Luckily for me, we were in the same group. We ended up being friends even until now, and she helped me out a lot in my first year, definitely.
My TA, I remember back in year 1, my first lesson was hybrid during the peak of the COVID season, I think. So I went down to school for my first lesson, and I didn't really know everyone else, so I only talked to my TA.
Wow, first person I feel like it would be my facilitators from camps. I mean, I don't know if they want their names out there. I mean, I will not say that, but my facilitators from camps.
I came for the open house of SMU back in 2018, and I met this professor from the Office of Student Life who was so upbeat and full of life and so inspiring. It was definitely an allusion to the kind of culture that SMU harbors.
After one of the sessions that we had for FOMO, the orientation camp last year, the two facies and two of us freshies actually stayed on longer than the stipulated time, and I think we just decided to continue playing kart riders.
The most memorable camp experience was definitely beach day, which unfortunately these few batches may not really have the chance to go for, but it's okay, you guys can still enjoy in school as well. After all the beach games and stuff, we were basically kind of soaked and sandy, and then we had to walk all the way down to the train to go back to Vivo City, right? So I think that journey of walking back was quite memorable. I think some of us were barefooted, and after that we saw the tram coming by, and then we were like, oh, we should take this tram to hitch a ride back instead of walking all the way in our wet soggy clothes.
Arts camp was the most memorable because I had a lot of fun bonding with my campmates and my facilitators, and they had a lot of activities that they planned for us, so that was one thing that I appreciated.
My group actually filmed a short advertisement for 3M Snacks Care during one of my camps. Now my group came up with the idea and a script of a boy breaking up with his girlfriend and getting pimples, and therefore he needed 3M Snacks Care. Despite how little effort we put in, because due to our synergy with one another, we produced such a great idea and a great film that we actually won the top prize for the competition, which was a staycation. Embarrassingly, I was even the main actor that had to get slapped by my friend during the commercial itself.
Bro, breaking up? Hey bro, breaking out? Who cares? Next cares. Clear acne, spot on fast.
Personally, the bidding culture was kind of a shock to me. Since I came from like JC and like just our classes were given to us like that, I really, even until now, going to year 2, I'm not used to it.
Actually, almost like everything about the SMU life was a culture shock to me. Like from bidding, having to class part, having the extra effort to class part. Okay, yeah, that's like culturally shocking. I mean, usually class part you don't have to put in effort, but this one is like people are competing to class part. It's very scary.
I think something that was a bit overwhelming initially was how on point everyone was. Everyone was so aware and so enthusiastic and very participative, which is amazing, but it's also a bit hard to keep up with when that's not the kind of environment you come from.
I think something that was quite shocking to me was how quickly professors actually go through the entire subject in a span of 13 weeks. In JC, each teacher only goes through the topic once every 2 to 3 weeks, and you get like 2 years to study a single subject. In university, it's so different. You have to finish the subject in 13 weeks.
I'll start off with SMU Broadcast and Entertainment, which is SMUBE. So I was a director of campus television there, and I think it was quite good in my first year in that we basically were attached to the seniors to film some stuff, which allowed me to actually film together with the Patrons Day 2020, and it was a huge event. So we basically managed to interview some celebrities like Ben King, Jasmine Soko, and Liu as well.
I am in SMU's hip hop dance club called Eurythmics, also known as EMIX. EMIX culture is like a family, so anybody is there, you can approach one.
I am in SMUBE, obviously. I am also in SMU Debate Society. In debate, everyone's very, very open-minded. Everyone is very willing to listen, willing to take in different perspectives. I think that's one of the things that debate teaches you, and so if I had to recommend that CCA to anyone, I definitely would.
I'm currently the vice president of the SMU Mediation and Negotiation Club. I actually had a steamboat Chinese New Year dinner with my entire exco, and this is just one of the many wonderful family-like cohesion activities that we have together.
Please make sure to plan your commitments, whether in school or outside of school, well.
Only take as much as you can handle in your first sem, because that is the first sem that you're entering uni into, and you don't want it to be too heavy as well.
When you're planning, you should also plan for things like your internships and what you're going to do during the summers as well, because those are precious slots of time that you cannot waste.
Go out there and explore wherever you can, and go to the max, or like really fulfill and enjoy your SMU life while you still can before you graduate. In a blink of an eye, you'll realize that 4 years passed really quickly. I mean, I'm already year 3. I thought I'm still a freshie, so...
Be yourself, and I know that sounds tacky, but I realized this more and more as I went through SMU is some people are going to like you, some people are just not going to like you, and there's nothing you can do about it. But as long as you're yourself, you grow into the person you want to be, and then the people that stay with you are, the people that should have stayed with you in the first place.
Enjoy your youth, not just study hard, but also play hard. Enjoy the time that you have with your friends and create long-lasting memories.
Thank you for watching this video, and we hope you learned a little bit from our experiences. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to SMUBE's YouTube channel. Bye bye!